named Dr. Phil. He was acquitted at trial, but today, this woman tells a different story.
You're saying that young man woke you up to go hide a murder weapon?
Yes.
Shocking new revelations.
A child's life has been taken and you didn't tell anybody that someone had confessed to you? Who are you people?
You know, y'all are laughing and stuff. This is the truth.
They're not laughing because it's funny. They're laughing because it's ridiculous.
The grieving parents want answers.
He's a murderer. She's a flirt. My son's gone.
Trey deserves justice.
Josh, are you the real killer here?
No, sir.
I want him to take the polygraph.
He can't take it because he's going to fail it.
Are you willing to take a polygraph?
What will the results reveal?
Wow. I can't believe this.
They're all guilty. They all knew what happened.
Yesterday, I sat down with Josh Young, who at age 15 made national headlines when he was arrested and thrown in jail for allegedly beating his 14-year-old stepbrother, Trey Zwicker, to death. Facing a murder charge and possibly life in prison, Josh sat in a juvenile correction facility for 2 years waiting to be tried. Then, suddenly, out of the blue, a year after Josh's arrest, Josh's father, Josh Gowker, made a shocking confession. He killed Trey, not Josh. And as if that wasn't bad enough, Gowker also admitted that he purposely set his son up to take the fall. Now, despite his father's admission of guilt, prosecutors still charged little Josh with complicity to murder and tampering with evidence, and he went to trial. Just 6 months ago, little Josh was finally acquitted of all charges. Josh Young had never talked about his side of the story until yesterday. He did not testify at his trial. We also spoke with Josh Gowker from behind bars, and he threw yet another bombshell into the mix.
My dad, Josh Gowker, accused me of murdering my stepbrother, Trey.
There's some very disturbing details just coming out tonight.
It is a twisted case of family betrayal and murder.
Police say the last time Trey Zwicker was seen alive was around 10 p.m. the night of May 10, 2011.
They discovered Trey's body in a ditch behind Liberty High School.
Josh Young was at the center of an Amber Alert last week. He was found with his father, Joshua Gowker, who is also Trey's stepdad.
When police caught up with him, Gowker pinned Trey's murder on his son, and Joshua Young was arrested for beating Trey Zwicker to death.
I was sitting there crying. I didn't even know what was happening.
A surprising development in a high-profile murder case. Josh Gowker this morning pleaded guilty to killing his stepson, Trey Zwicker, in 2011.
During his confession, Gowker told the judge that his son had nothing to do with the murder.
I just snapped.
His mother killed a couple of mine.
Now, Young is charged with complicity to murder.
The judge denied a request by Young's attorney to release the now 17-year-old from custody.
Just moments ago, the verdict announced in the Joshua Young murder trial.
Verdict form number 1, murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Joshua Young not guilty.
Did you have anything to do with that boy's death?
No.
Did you ever strike a blow on him?
No, sir.
You know that Trey's father still thinks you're guilty.
He is absolutely wrong.
Deep down inside, we knew who killed Trey, and that was Josh Gowker and Josh Young.
Hey, Josh Young, because he got away with murder. All I want is my truth. All I want is my closure.
The Kentucky State Penitentiary agreed to allow me to interview their inmate by phone. You need to listen because he drops yet another bombshell. Let me just ask you straight up. Did you kill Trey?
No.
Who did kill Trey?
I think everybody knows who killed Trey. I mean, they can't do anything to him. It'd be double jeopardy.
So you're saying Josh did, in fact, kill Trey?
Yeah.
I believe he's right. He's really too stupid to lie. I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand what this guy's problem is. Joshua Gowker hit my son in the side of the face while this young man finished it off. He is not the angel that sits on this TV.
What do you want to ask Josh?
Tell the truth. I've told the truth. The truth is that I had nothing to do with your son's murder.
Well, it wasn't just Josh's father who changed his story about Trey's murder. The first time cousin Cassie spoke to police, She said she had no idea what happened the night Trey was killed. Then, just a few weeks later, Cassie was granted immunity for incriminating information she gave during a phone call with Gowker from jail in Alabama, along with a detective who was also on the line. Take a look.
Listen, they know everything. You hear me? About what? Everything. Your loyalty lies with me, right? Yeah. Who killed Trey? Yeah, right. This is Big Josh, who killed Trey. You did, right? I don't know. I need you to tell the truth, Cassie. They already know about everything, and you're not going to be in any trouble for helping.
Okay, Cassie, it's Detective Russ from Louisville. Tell me about the night that Trey was murdered. Who woke you up in your bedroom?
Well, Josh.
Okay.
He got up and he tried to get me up and he said, I need your help. He said something about, I need to get rid of this stuff. Will you take me to get rid of it?
Okay. Did you say what stuff or why?
Yeah, I said, well, what is, and he said, well, I killed Trey. And then I took him to get rid of it.
Well, you just heard Cassie give two stories in one phone call. First, she says it's Josh Gowker who killed Trey. Then she says, no, it's actually Josh Young, and he acted alone. Here's what she's telling us now.
That night, we went to bed like normal. And then about 1 o'clock, little Josh came up there and was like, Cassie, you gotta wake up, wake up, wake up. And I'm like, leave me alone. And then the second time, little Josh said, I just killed Trey. And I'm thinking, he's just pranking. And then third time, Big Josh was with him, and he was like, hey, you gotta take him to get rid of this stuff. That's when I got up and took little Josh to the dumpster. There was a bag of clothes and a baseball bat. He threw it in the dumpster. I was still thinking he was lying, pranking me. I didn't call the police because I didn't think he would really kill that boy because, what was the point? When the detectives come by my house, I told them I didn't know what had happened because I didn't want little Josh and Big Josh to think that I snitched on them.
Big Josh took off with his son, first to Indiana, then to Alabama.
When Big Josh called from Alabama and with the detectives, Josh says, your loyalties lie with me. Big Josh wanted me to tell him that he did it so he could take the fall for his son, little Josh. I just want Big Josh to know what he's done to me. He's never even said I'm sorry for what I did to you or anything. I didn't deserve this. I was trying to build my life up, and he destroyed it. So now I'm like at the bottom. I just feel ashamed for being involved. Trey's family, I just feel awful for them. I wish it would have never happened. I don't expect them to like me or forgive me, but I hope they understand that I was put in this position by somebody that really don't care about anybody or anything.
So, Cassie, what is the truth? What happened here?
I don't know what happened exactly. I don't know. I think they both were in on it equally.
Well, did he wake you up in the middle of the night or did he not?
Yes.
He came and woke you up in the middle of the night and said, come take me. I need you to help me. I got to go throw away these bloody clothes and this murder weapon.
Yes.
That happened.
Yes.
You're telling the truth now.
Yes.
But you've lied repeatedly. True?
Yes.
Who are you people? Honest to God, we've got a child here that has been murdered. Does nobody care what the hell happened? Does nobody care that this man has lost his child?
I didn't want to be involved in all this. I didn't think he would have killed that boy.
Did it occur to you then that you should come forward?
I wanted to. I was scared.
And later, Josh, are you the real killer here?
No, sir.
I want him to take the polygraph.
He can't take it because he's going to fail it. Because he had some type of involvement in Trey being murdered, period.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She thinks her husband's cheating.
I found empty Cialis bottles.
Are you jumping to conclusions?
I was in a sexless marriage. There was no conclusions.
She's mad.
You smashed the windows. You threw candelabras through them.
It needed to be replaced anyways.
But is she right?
I read on your website, if a man's disconnected from his family, he's probably cheating.
That's tomorrow.
First off, your first story, May 13th, you say, interview detectives Stalvey at her home. Cassie tells police she has no idea what happened to Trey. That's in the police report. So they came to see you. But you're saying the night of the murder, that young man woke you up once, twice, a third time to go hide a murder weapon and clothes.
Yes.
You're saying that happened.
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't come forth. A child's life has been taken, and you didn't come forth and tell anybody that someone had confessed that murder to you?
Because I didn't think that he really did it. I mean, I didn't think he would actually kill that boy.
Well, when you found out the next day that there was a child that had been murdered, did you link the two up?
Well, I still didn't, I didn't know what to do.
You do the right thing. You tell the truth. Novel, I understand, but you tell the truth. So here's what you say on the 13th. Then you come along and you have a second and third story. Okay, now he's in jail, and that's that phone call we just heard. So when you're first asked who killed Trey, you say you did. This is your second story. You say that Gowker killed Trey. Why did you say that when you got the phone call?
I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to be in this whole situation. That's why I didn't call the cops. I just wanted to be, not involved.
But in this phone call, you say to the detectives that Gowker killed him. Now, you're saying he woke you up in the middle of the night with a murder weapon and clothes in a plastic bag, and you drive him to a dumpster to throw him away, but you don't tell anybody that. The next day you find out, wow, a child has lost their life. Then you get a call here and you say Gowker did it. Why did you say Gowker instead of Young? You say, I don't know what to say. Why offer him up? Why offer Gowker up?
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say.
Had he told you to say it was him because he was going to cover up for him?
Yes.
So that's why you said it. What do you mean you don't know what, you didn't know? You did it because he told you this is the story. Then he ambushed you on the phone. You didn't know which lie was current.
Right.
You didn't know. You tell him who really did it. You didn't know, are we sticking with you taking the fall, or are we going to tell the truth now? Right. You didn't know. So then Detective Russ says, okay, immunity. You're not going to get in trouble. When pressed, Cassie changes the story to little Josh killed Trey. He woke her up 3 times saying he killed Trey, and she helped him take the bat and bloody clothes to a dumpster. You think the police might have wanted to know that the next morning?
Yes, but, I would have been put in jail too, and I have kids. I didn't know, I didn't want to be involved in all this. I didn't think he would have killed that boy. I didn't really know these people. I knew Big Josh from, being in my family.
You understand that forensics now say that there's no way it could have been a bat.
Okay, yes.
That the impressions of the murder weapon are for a steel bar, not a bat.
Yes.
But yet you helped him hide a bat?
I drove him there. I didn't help him hide it. I didn't think he would, I mean, I thought it was, you know, some kind of prank.
Well, did the prank theory kind of fall apart when they found Trey's body the next day?
I didn't know about it until after I got home from work.
Okay, when you found out that Trey had been tragically murdered and left in a muddy ditch behind a school with his head bashed in, did it occur to you then that you should come forward as a citizen and do the right thing?
I wanted to. I was scared.
Who are you afraid of?
Well, I'm afraid of Big Josh. I'm afraid of Little Josh. I'm afraid of Trey's parents. I mean, you know, I was drugged into this situation. I didn't, you know, want to be involved.
Who are these people? So what's the truth, Cassie? Listen, there comes a point in time. There truly does. And I'm talking to you not as Dr. Phil. I'm talking to you as a father.
Right.
Because I've got children. I've got boys.
Yes.
There comes a time in every person's life when all things wrong can be made right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There comes a time when you step up and you do the right thing. No matter how many times you've done the wrong thing, no matter how many times you've lied, no matter how many times you've covered your own ass, there comes a point where you just have respect for human decency.
That's what I'm doing here today. I could be lying like this boy.
You just miscounted the murderers in your room.
This is the ultimate truth. Y'all are laughing.
They're not laughing because it's funny. They're laughing because it's ridiculous. You've all heard me talk about Doctor on Demand, the exciting new app that my son Jay and I created that allows you within seconds to visit face-to-face with a board-certified doctor using your smartphone. Now, usually our Doctor on Demand visits cost just $40, about the cost of a copay. But we have been tracking the cold and flu outbreaks, and since Jay and I own the company, we get to make the decisions and have decided that from now until February 28th, all Doctor on Demand calls are free, instant and free. Download the Doctor on Demand app from iTunes App Store or Google Play and talk to a doctor now. And yes, it's free until February 28th. I'm asking you, did someone come in that night and wake you up 1, 2, 3 times?
Yes.
And you're telling me it was Josh Young?
Yes.
And he said, I killed Trey?
Yes, and one of the times Big Josh was with him, and I told the detectives that.
Well, no, that's your fourth story. I've got that one up here, too. I haven't gotten to that box yet. There's a fourth story where you said on the third time it was both of them. You saying the first time it was Josh Young alone?
Yes.
Second time Josh Young alone?
Yes.
And you just didn't want to wake up because you thought they were just gooning you?
Yeah.
Okay. The third time you said it was Josh Young. Then you said, well, actually it was Josh and Josh Gowker.
Yes. I didn't remember the time when Big Josh had come in. I was asleep.
So they woke you up and you just miscounted the murderers in your room. There were 2 people in your room. Tell me the truth, ultimate truth. What is it?
This is the ultimate truth.
What?
The ultimate truth is that Little Josh come in there like 2 times, Big Josh come in there with him once, and then Little Josh come back up there another time.
Well, that's a 5th story.
No, that's exactly what happened. You know, y'all are laughing and stuff, but y'all ain't listening and see. This is the truth.
They're not laughing because it's funny. They're laughing because it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
No, I'm pissed off right now.
I've had to go through this stuff.
If you hold the key to give this man answers about the death of his child, then trust me, it's worth the inconvenience.
This is what
You've lied. You owe it to him. You have 2 children yourself.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you want somebody to tell you the truth?
Exactly. Yes, I would.
Well, then quit complaining that you're putting yourself out and do the right thing.
I am doing the right thing by being here.
And I appreciate your being here.
Yes. And, you know, you're going to talk to him all sweet and nice and stuff, and he's the one who was involved with it, hurting that boy.
You're saying that you drove who to the dumpster?
Little Josh.
Not Big Josh.
Not Big Josh.
Why did he come in the room?
I guess just to get me up.
What did he say when he came in?
He said, come on, Cassie, you got to get up. You got to get up.
And?
And, well, I stayed asleep, and then Big Josh left. Little Josh come back up, and that's when I got up.
And you agreed to lie for Josh Gowker?
Yes.
Were you romantically involved with him?
Somewhat, yes.
So you're saying that this boy sitting up here right now, across from the father of this deceased child, woke you up and said, I've killed him, you need to come help me.
Yes.
And you did?
Yes. Had I known he really did, I wouldn't have did it.
But you haven't answered the question yet. When you did find out that, in fact, a child had lost their life, and this young man had come in the middle of the night and said, I killed this young man, and then you find out, whoa, he is in fact dead. At that point, did it ever occur to you, I need to go talk to somebody about this. I need to tell the police they can go to the dumpster and get these clothes out of here. They get whatever.
Yes, I wanted to, and I did.
When did you tell the police this?
Just when they asked me the questions.
And that was how long later?
I don't know exactly
Weeks.
how long. Yeah, weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah.
When the dumpster's been emptied and taken away and all of that. So day after day, you got up and went back to bed knowing what you knew and not telling anyone.
I felt bad. I wasn't sleeping at night.
Well, when we come back, I have a very serious question for Josh Young. Josh, are you the real killer here? Are you willing to take a polygraph?
Should I contact my lawyer?
I'm just curious about this. Here's my thinking. Okay, Trey is killed. Was that a tragedy? Does that bother you at all that this young man is dead?
It was the worst time of my whole life.
Why?
Trey was a good kid. I mean, he wasn't the honor student that everybody made him out to be, but inside of him, Trey inside is a good kid. So's Josh.
Well, I want to ask Terry how he feels about what Josh Gowker just said. I mean, how do you feel about that? Saying it's the worst time of his life, felt terrible about the fact that the young man lost his life.
I don't believe Josh has any kind of conscience of everyday feelings anybody has. I believe he's a monster just like everybody depicts him as. I grew up across the street from him. I know who he is, and I know who he's always been.
Josh, are you the real killer here?
No, sir.
Did you hurt that boy in any way?
I did not.
And Cassie, you're telling the truth.
Yes.
You've told lie after lie after lie, but you're telling the truth today. You're saying this Josh Young came in your room, said, I killed Trey, I need your help.
Yes.
Why would she say that?
I don't know this lady. I don't know if she took my dad to dump evidence, if she's saying this because my dad made her say this. I do not know her, and I don't know what can motivate her so much to want to hurt me this bad.
What do you mean you don't know her? You said you left the barbecue to go sleep at her house.
I don't know her personally, besides the 3 or 4 months my dad was out of prison. It's made to look like I have a relationship with my father. I don't. With her, I don't.
So at this point, you've been tried and acquitted, so they can't come after you for this, correct?
Yes, sir.
He wants peace of mind. If I make arrangements for it, are you willing to take a polygraph?
You talking to me or him?
Me?
I will.
I will.
I'm asking you if I arrange for former FBI agent Jack Tremarco to set up a polygraph for you to take to just answer 2 simple questions. You're either involved in the murder or you're not. Will you take that polygraph?
I will.
If I arrange it for you, Cassie, will you
Yes,
take
I
that
will.
polygraph?
Yes, I sure will.
Would you like to know the answer from those 2 people on that polygraph?
Oh, most definitely.
That would help, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
If you have nothing to hide, then it would be a great gift to him to know that you were not involved and that the person that did this is where they should be.
Yes.
That's something you could do for him, something you could do for Trey.
Should I contact my lawyer?
No.
Yes, I'll do it. I'll give him that gift. Because once this happens, you will finally see that I'm not the monster you think I am.
Well, you just heard them. Cassie and Josh have agreed to take a lie detector test. Will the results prove Josh Gowker's story? The results and perhaps the answers we've all been waiting for when we come back.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She thinks her husband's cheating.
I found empty Cialis bottles.
Are you jumping to conclusions?
I was in a sexless marriage. There was no conclusions.
That's tomorrow.
As you know, and as you've been following, Cassie and Josh agreed to take lie detector tests. They agreed to sit down with Jack Tremarco and take a polygraph test, which is something that we do in a very serious way. So we step back and let Mr. Tremarco do what he has to do. Now, you both agreed to do it, and you did it. Let me ask you how it went for you. Was it a good test?
It was a good test.
Okay. Now, I understand that despite your agreement and commitment to me on stage, you decided not to take the polygraph test.
Yes, sir.
Tell me why.
I've taken 2 polygraphs in the past,
Uh-huh.
and I felt like a new one was unneeded.
And the results were?
Inconclusive, I think.
Why did you tell me you would take it?
At the time, it sounded like a good idea.
It was a good idea. In fact, I said, now don't tell me you're going to take it now and then get backstage and say, well, I said that out there in front of everybody, but I'm not really going to take it, because that looks really bad.
I understand.
I'm sorry that you passed that opportunity up. I think it was a bad decision, but you passed it up. You did take it.
Yes.
You wavered.
Yes.
But in the end, you went through with your pledge to take the polygraph.
Yes.
Why did you waver?
Because I was scared of what was going to happen when I got home.
In what way?
And as if my kids would get hurt or myself.
Well, let's take a look at the results. These are sealed. I've not opened this envelope, so I have not read these. Now, we parsed these questions down because we wanted to get as factual as we possibly could. You were asked 2 questions on the same subject.
Yes.
Question number 1. On May 11th, 2011, did you take Josh Young to a location where he threw things into a dumpster?
Yes.
And your answer was?
Yes.
Question 2. Did you take Josh Young to a dumpster on May 11th, 2011, and your answer was?
Yes.
Okay. And you say that never happened?
It never did.
Well, the results of the polygraph are that when you said that you took Josh Young to a location to throw things away, on that day in 2011, that you were being deceptive on both questions.
Deceptive?
Deceptive. It says you were lying when you said that he came into your room in the middle of the night and that you took him to a dumpster and threw things away.
Wow. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Wow. Once again, you get away with it, right?
Once again, you got caught out for your lies.
Whatever.
The paperwork's right there.
Well, Terry, what's your reaction to this?
Pretty simple. He's a murderer, she's a flyer.
No.
My son's gone. And nobody can tell me the truth of what happened.
Jack, are you there?
I am here, Doctor.
Thank you for joining us by phone. I know that you had to travel after administering this test. Was this a good test?
It was a good test, yes.
Was everything understood before you administered the test?
Yes, Cassie was cooperative and she understood everything.
Was this a close call?
No, she was a -9, which is definitively deceptive in this scoring system.
Yeah, what did she have to score to be clearly deceptive? What would be the least she would have to score?
A -4 would have been deceptive.
And she scored a -9.
Right.
So this wasn't a close call?
No, this was clear.
What is your conclusion, Jack?
She was lying to me about the two relevant questions that I asked her.
Cassie, you say you're shocked that it's...
Yes, I'm very shocked.
That it says that you were deceptive.
I'm very shocked. Yes.
Because you maintain even now that he came to your room.
Yes, he did.
And told you that he killed Trey.
Yes.
Didn't you tell my producer, Julie Ross, in the green room that actually it wasn't him that said he killed Trey, that it was Josh Gowker who came in the room and told you that it was him that killed Trey?
He was the one that come in and said, I killed Trey.
Did you tell Julie that it was actually Josh that said it was him that killed Trey?
No, he was the one that said it, and I didn't say that to her.
Okay. This is Julie Ross. She's a senior producer here at the Dr. Phil Show. She's been with us for 12 years, from the very first time we ever started this show. I know her. I know how meticulous she is. Julie, did you tell me last night that in the green room she said it wasn't Josh that said it?
Absolutely. Cassie, I went to talk to you about taking your polygraph. And I said, so you believe Josh did this? And you said, I don't know who did it. And I said, what are you talking about? What do you mean you don't know who did it? You just spent an hour on our show accusing Josh of doing this. You're telling me now in the green room that you don't know who did it? How can you not know? You said, Josh woke me up, and then when the two of them came to woke me, I shoot him away again, and then when Josh Gowker and Josh came in, it was Josh Gowker that told me that Josh did it, and I needed to go help him dispose of the stuff. And then you said you didn't know if it was a rod or a bat. I said, now you're telling me a sixth story?
Wow, this is crazy.
Did you have that conversation with her?
This is crazy right here.
It is crazy.
He was there when he come in and said, I killed Trey. I need you to come help me.
Did you tell Julie in the green room that it was Josh Gowker that told you Josh Young killed him and not Josh Young that told you?
I don't remember. I thought it was little Josh that come up there and said I killed Trey.
No, I didn't ask you if you remembered. I asked you if you told her in the green room that it was Josh Gowker who told you instead of Josh Young.
It was Josh Young that told me.
That isn't. Let me.
I know, but I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this.
I'm trying to help you. I'm not asking you if you know who killed him. I'm asking you if you told her in the green room that it was Josh Gowker who told you that instead of Josh Young. That's a yes or no question. You either told her that or you didn't.
Yes.
Okay, so you did tell her that.
Yes.
after being out here and telling me 6 times it was him that told you that?
I guess so, yes.
Okay. Which one told you that, if either?
He did.
This one?
I believe. I mean, it was, I don't remember if it was him or the other one. You know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this.
Hold on. You can be done in a minute. But let me ask you something here. I just want to tell you what I think, and then you tell me whether I'm right or not.
All right.
I think Josh Gowker has you really scared.
Yes.
And I think you fear that he can reach out from that prison through other people and impact you in a negative way.
Yes, and this one too.
And if you're afraid of this one, he has no reason to aggress against you now because this evidence says he didn't come in and tell you anything. Has Josh Gowker gotten you to the point that you're saying what you're saying? Has he, A, got you so confused and scared you don't know what the truth is, or are you still telling people what he's telling you to tell people? Because let me tell you, we will get to the bottom of this. You are not alone here. What actually happened?
I want him to take the polygraph.
He can't take it because he's going to fail it. Because he had some type of involvement in Trey being murdered, period.
What actually happened?
They both come up there.
Okay.
And Josh said that, I mean, I don't know. See, I was half asleep when this happened.
I understand.
And I thought it was little Josh that told me, I killed Trey, I need to go home. I need you to help me. Yeah. I mean, it's a possibility that big Josh said that little Josh did it.
But because you're in a haze.
Right.
I mean, they're waking you up out of a coma, right?
Right.
You're dead asleep.
Right.
Had you been drinking or smoking dope or anything that night?
I don't remember doing that, no.
But you were certainly heavy asleep.
Right.
So you don't really know which one of them said it.
No. I want him to take the polygraph too, but I guess he can't, right?
He says he won't. With her failing this polygraph, if you passed yours, this deal's sealed, right?
Yes, sir.
But you don't want to take it?
No, sir.
He can't take it because he's going to fail it. Because he had some type of involvement in Trey being murdered, period. Trey wouldn't have went down there with Josh Gowker either. Hey, buddy, come on. He was during the trial, Trey was his best friend. I'm sorry. But on local news, he was coming here to clear the air and couldn't comment do you think about Trey? No comment. I moved on and everybody else should too.
It's been a hell on both families. It really has been. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry a monster was let back into our lives. Terry, I know you're a great man. I know you are. I knew you from childhood. I grew up on them drugs. Yep. And this is the last beating I'll take. 3 years of beating. Nothing but lies. You are a liar. I haven't lied. I was innocent. Yeah. You copped a plea bargain at the end, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why'd you offer
During the
a plea
trial.
bargain? Why'd you want it?
Our jury didn't get a plea bargain. The jury did the right thing.
Yeah.
You asked for a plea bargain. We denied it for Trey's sake. Trey deserved justice.
Just like I said, you got not guilty, you're free. Because I don't.
And that's all right, because God is the final judgment.
I'm going to ask you one last time. You don't have to come back here. You don't have to be on the show. You don't have to sit here another day, another minute, another time in your life. But I'm going to ask you to take that polygraph exam. If nobody sees it but me and that man right there.
I'm going to turn it down, sir.
I understand. Okay, we're going to take a break here and then we're going to wrap up. What does Josh want to do with his second chance at life? You know, where do you go from here? What do these people do? We'll be right back. Ready to get real? Go to drphil.com for advice on relationships, parenting, finances, and more. Plus, weigh in on your favorite episodes, share your stories, and find support in the Dr. Phil community. When you sign up for the community, you will automatically be subscribed to the Dr. Phil Show newsletter. Log on to drphil.com today. Terry, we're trying to figure out what's going on here, and I'm doing what I can. I've talked to Josh Gowker. I think if his lips are moving, he's lying. He describes himself as a compulsive, out-of-control liar. Thinks he's a mastermind that runs everything. Josh won't take the polygraph. You have taken it, and it has come up deceptive. Is there anything that I can do further to help you move this along?
I'm done. Ain't nothing. I mean, it ain't nothing but a bunch of liars, and I'm the only one that, you know, to be honest with you, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's all about Trey. Trey took a beating that night. And I understand maybe that boy right there didn't deliver a fatal blow. He was down in that ditch. He watched my son get beat. And for that, he is a conspirator. He ran to Alabama. He also was in the car. He had several opportunities to help. She had several opportunities to help. The man that's in prison, serving life, these two, plus one more, should be with him. She participated, and that's murder. He's guilty. She's guilty. Trey's mom's guilty, and Joshua Gowker is guilty. They're all guilty. They all knew what happened down there. For me, I've dealt with the hard part. I put my son in the ground. I put my son in the ground. And I can never, ever get that image out of my head.
Well, Terry, I appreciate your candor, and I'm interested in continuing to drill down and try and get to the bottom of this on our own without involving you. Would you like for us to do that, or do you want us to leave this alone?
Dr. Phil, if you could ever give me a truth, I would greatly appreciate it.
I do think we've moved the needle a little bit here. We do now know some things that didn't happen.
Exactly.
We do know, you know, kind of, and I'm educated as to all the players in this. We know the results of her polygraph. I have a dialogue with Josh Gowker in prison, and these people seem to get in their own way given the opportunity. So I'm not going to engage you, but we're going to see what we can figure out on this. And I hope you know we've worked really hard to try to get answers and get it as far as we have.
Yes, sir.
We've done everything that we can do to this point, but we're not going to quit. All right, fair enough?
Fair enough, sir.
All right, thanks, man.